Evening, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend. So this is it, end of the month roundup, and obviously end of the week roundup. Addressing how we finished for the month, and I'm talking about the couple of blips we had during the week. First of all, how did it happen? Why did it happen? Was it a system error, or was it circumstances of the market? So let's address that. Let's get straight to that. So the first one is really, why are we doing it? Okay, what's your motivation for doing it? Why did you start getting it? Why did you get involved first of all? Was it to make some more money? Was it to enjoy the ride? Are you prepared to take the rough with the smooth and the ups and the downs, the peaks and the troughs? Have you got the stomach for having a couple of days of blips? I think you've got to assess that. And I think once you realise that, and we'll cover it in a second, that it wasn't a system error, that it was about circumstances, then you've got to work out, well, will it happen again? Well, of course it will. Markets go up, markets go down. We can't have months and months and months of not having any lows. And then if it will happen again, how are you going to feel about it? Will you be able to deal with it? So look, was it a system error? Was it circumstances? We've been running this AI for over a year. Okay, we know the robustness of it. It is not a system error. There's stop loss in it. There's drawdowns. There's maximum drawdowns. There's risk management in it. It is not based on the AI deciding all of a sudden it's going to lose my money. So if we have a look what actually did happen. So for those of you who are watching the bot, you can see that it didn't trade most of Friday. It was waiting for the gold to keep dropping. Now, for those of you who are interested, maybe have a look at the gold price. Over the last, it's at its lowest level since last April, and the bot was watching it, waiting for it to level out before it went in. So it went in, started opening orders at 1764. And then the gold kept dropping, and it dropped down to 1720, 1721, where it bought a couple more orders. Now it's hovering around there, thinking, and the bot's trying to decide, I guess, does it carry on buying more orders? Well, it can't because of the way the AI is set. With gold dollar, we allow it to open, I think it's about 20 orders. Again, that's all part of the drawdown. It's also all part of the risk management system. So then as the gold carries on dropping, it's got to decide when to close out some of the orders. And as we know, on Tuesday, it kicked out because there was a 5% drawdown. On Friday, it kicked out because there's a 3% drawdown. Now, at the beginning of the week, I said we adjusted the settings. We adjusted the settings because I wanted the bot to finish on 25% for the month, above 25% for the month. So we reduced the drawdown from 5% to 3%. Now, circumstances happened where the gold dropped down even further than even the bot predicted, or even the bot was able to cope with, or even the bot did cope with. And instead of losing us 5%, we had a 3% day. Now, this is to do with circumstances. This is not to do with system error. But again, there has to be a solution. And it's up to us to offer the solution to make sure that we have far, far fewer days than the two we've had in the last 2 months. The fact they both happened in the same week was unfortunate for a few of you. So what is the solution? First of all, we need to split the bot up. We need to thin it down. So the way we're doing this, and this was always the plan, as you know, there's 3 different fee structures, 25%, 20%, and 18%. So those of you who have got 50 to 100,000 invested in the bot, you've received a new fee agreement today. If you sign that, send that back, then we'll move you to the other account. It's still the same AI, but there's less in the account. Those of you who are in 100 grand, we're waiting for ACY to open up, and they'll give me the account numbers for 100,000 plus. So then we'll send you the fee agreement, sign that, and again we'll move you away from the fund you're in at the moment, or the account you're in at the moment. So they'll be thinner. Okay, this allows the AI to be more agile, and it allows us to be able to put euro dollar back in a bigger scale, or the AI to start trading euro dollar in a bigger scale. So you'll have euro dollar and gold dollar back in. And again, we'll go back to how we were perhaps at the beginning of the month, trading both currencies, or trading both pairings. Now, what's the solution for those of you who have a weaker heart, perhaps, or those of you who are perhaps more worried about circumstances? We are putting in a 10% fund for you. So I think there's three of you that would perhaps like to think about this, moving some of your cash from the original funds into a fund where we'll offer you 10% per month. Now, does that mean you won't get any of the dips? It means you'll have far fewer less dips. The fact we've only had 2 in 2 months, again, I think that is very robust. And let me just categorically say, I will be leaving my my money in these two here. So I've got 2 accounts, one with money that will stay in there under 50 grand, and I'll be putting some of my other one in the one that's got over 50 grand. I'll be staying in this tier here because I know the system, I know how it works, I know how robust it is. Yes, 10% a month is great. We are a business, we'll still be taking a performance fee. Not having any anything to worry about, yeah, great. But I think the next slide will make you understand that perhaps instead of looking at it short term, that we should be looking at over the long term. So those of you who came in this week and have unfortunately experienced 2 days of drops, let me give you 2 examples. So on the Monday, one of the guys came in, one of you came in, you put 10,000 in, and although it went up to, I think it was 10,000, there is 10,200, because you had 2 drops, you finished the week on 10,008. So you're still finishing the positive just, but as you've been good enough to point out, those are gross figures and there still are fees to come off that. Now, that's from 5 days of trading. Then somebody put 20 grand in. It's somebody's daughter who's also in the fund put 20,000 in on Thursday. So more or less 24 hours of trading, and took the hit on the Friday. So you can see, although the bot kicked out at just over 3%, they had Thursday's figures, so they were up slightly, but they finished the week on minus 2.5%, or finished 24 hours of trading on minus 2.5%, which, yeah, doesn't look too good when you've only come in the bot for, you only just recently come into the bot. But then I think we need to look at it at a long term. I think it's pretty. I don't think it's fair to look at it, you know, on such a short term. I think again you have to reassess your why. Why are you doing it? You know, why are you actually in the investing your money in the first place? It's not a get rich quick. I've never claimed as a get rich quick. It's about making your money work for you over the longer term. So on January the 6th, the very first guy to get in, he invested $9,600, and as of February the 26th, Friday night, he was up 47.2%. So 47%. Now, do you think he's worrying about the 2 dips we've had? No, of course he's not. He's also got a couple of bots, so he knows that you get the swings and roundabouts. But he also doesn't look at his fund. I message him and say, are you looking at the balance? He says no. So he looks at it probably, I don't know, 5 times since the 6th of January. He's just putting the money in there and letting it do its thing. He doesn't question, does it work? He knows it's work. He's been a client with me, I think, since August last year. Another guy put 10 grand in the beginning of February. He missed the Monday and Tuesday. Anyway, he came on whichever day the 3rd is and put 10 grand in. He's up 21%, so 21.8%. So let's round up, 22% in the 20 odd days of trading. So he's still on over 1% per day, despite the blips. But he's looking at it over the long term. And I think maybe instead of looking at it day to day, minute to minute, second to second, some of you are looking at it, look at it over the long term. It's not a system error, it's a circumstance error. Now, we're doing this now. We're in the week where the bot opens up. You can now make a choice. Okay, make the choice to take all your money out. If you don't want to take the ride, take all your money out and decide that it's not for you, and, you know, put in your other investments. But you look at MyFXBook. MyFXBook is a verified source of data. And MyFXBook is saying that there are some anomalies on it. It's saying we only had $423 worth of deposits. As we know, we had far more than that. and it's saying we finished the fund on over 28%. That's again not quite right, because I think that was taken at there we go, 7 p.m. So it finished lower than that, as you'll see in a minute. But anyway, as a system itself, wouldn't you be happy if you put your money in here, and at the end of the month it finished here? Yes, you took 2 dips. So what did we finish on? January, we did 22% on 16 days of trading. So 22% in our first month of trading, and in February, from the very first day of trading to the end of the month, we did finish on over 25%. So from a point of view of is it a success? Well, from my point of view, I think it's fairly tremendous. If I put $10,000 in, I'm going to finish with $12,500 come the end of the month. Am I going to take some ups and downs? Yeah. So what's my lesson? What's my lesson on that? I just don't look at it all the time. I don't look at my balance all the time. If I do it from that point of view, then perhaps it'll reduce the stress level. It'll reduce stress levels. I don't look at my bank account all the time. I don't look at my mutual fund portfolio all the time. So why would I look at my forex trading all the time? Again, I suppose we've encouraged it by having the Telegram group, by saying we are doing it because it's good fun. Well, then enjoy the ride and enjoy the growth. So as we said, the bot's opening now. So you've got the account's opening. So what do you want to do? It's up to you. Take the money out if you're not enjoying it. Take the profit out. As long as you leave 10,000, it'll carry on trading. Okay, but it's your choice. The only thing I ask you all is just to be nice to each other on the group. Okay, getting some snarky comments now. It's not for that. It's a discussion. It's to enjoy it. You know, that's what it's for. Okay, I'm not a moderator. I'm not going to kick anyone off, but just be nice to each other. That's it. All right. Enjoy the rest of your week. Any questions, feel free as ever to private message me, or if you've got anything contentious to say, maybe keep it off the group and again private message me. If you've got anything encouraging, say anything positive, put that on the group. Okay, as you know, I don't take any messages off. I leave the good with the bad, so people who we're encouraging to join can read all the messages themselves and make their own decision. All right, have a good week, everyone.